Hello everyone. Today I will be taking a class on facial nerve. It's the seventh cranial nerve, also known as the nerve of face, side of the neck and scalp. So I'm going to divide this whole topic into 6 parts. First, intro. Second, I'm going to teach you about the nucleus, functions, course, the innervations and clinical significance. Clinical significance itself is a wide topic when it comes to anatomical significance, but we'll try to cover it up if we are able to. So introduction, small introduction, it is a mixed nerve, which means it has both functions of sensory and motor functions. Number 2, that it originates from pons, intracranially. So let me just make a brief diagram for you. If I call this, it's the cerebrum. If I call this the midbrain, the pons, medulla oblongata. So 7 originates from pons. Please remember. Extracranially, the way that it follows is the internal acoustic matrix. Okay? So let's start with the nucleus part. I'm going to explain the nucleus. 4 nucleus divided into like motor functions, parasympathetic and sensory. So let's talk about the sensory nerves occupied, that is the nucleus of tractus solitarius. Number 2, the parasympathetic functions 2 and 3, that is the lacrimatory nucleus. Number 2 is superior salivatory nucleus. Number 4th function, what handles the motor functions of the nerve, is the facial motor nucleus. In the diagram, I'm going to explain you where it supplies, so please follow me. Number 1, the nucleus itself is lacrimatory and salivatory nucleus. Number 2 is motor nucleus, and this is the tractus solitarius nucleus. So let me just specify here that lacrimatory and salivatory are purely parasympathetic in nature. They are parasympathetic in nature, just for your point. You can keep writing and keep taking notes with me. So the part follows from internal acoustic or auditory matrix, if you call it either way, goes to, this is a ganglion. A group, what is a ganglion? It's a group of cyton bodies, okay. So ganglion, this is the geniculate. I'll just specify because the space is less. This is the geniculate ganglion. It does not actually interfere with the function of facial nerve. It's just the way that it's followed. It's a path that it follows through. The 2 ganglions which actually interferes are pterygopalatine ganglion and submandibular. I'm going to write it down. Submandibular ganglion. We're going to read it further. So this is purely this is one of the parasympathetic functions which I'm going to learn. After it comes out of the internal acoustic mediators, joins the GG, the geniculate ganglion. First origin is the greater petrosal nerve. Now this greater petrosal nerve divides into deep petrosal. I'm just going to write D and P. Deep petrosal nerve. So what is this deep petrosal nerve? This is separate. This is a sympathetic in nature. Sympathetic, that means it helps in vasoconstriction of your oral cavity, of your nasal floor, of your lacrimal gland. So deep petrosal nerve is responsible for the sympathetic function. Now further, it goes and joins into pterygopalatine ganglion. This pterygopalatine, it actually interferes in the function. From there, the nerve originates for the lacrimal gland, where it secretes the tears. Okay? Now, when we go up, this is one way of the facial nerve. We are going to learn about the second branch known as chorda tympani. I'm going to write it down in short. This is chorda tympani, CT for you. This has sensory functions. It is responsible for the sensation in the anterior to third part of the tongue, and the general functions is responsible through lingual nerve. It divides, yes. So what about the posterior 1/3? It is supplied by another nerve known as glossopharyngeal. We're going to cover it in the next topic. Okay, so this chorda tendon goes further, divides into lingual nerve, which is responsible for the general sensation of the floor of the mouth, the gingiva, and the tongue, the dorsal part of the tongue. Okay? Now, after going further, after supplying the tongue sensation, it goes and joins another parasympathetic ganglion known as submandibular ganglion. And it actually participates just like pterygopalatine ganglion. Why I am emphasizing? Because people get confused what does geniculate ganglion does and what these two do. They actually participate. Okay? So this further goes and supplies to the submandibular and sublingual glands. Okay? The parotid gland, we have three major salivary glands. The parotid, the submandibular, the sublingual. Parotid is supplied by another, it's also supplied by glossopharyngeal. Same. They are all, the way is going to be same. So when we're going to read, you're going to correlate this topic. Okay? Right now, let's just focus on the facial nerve. Now, the third, which is the motor function. Motor function, after originating from GG, goes and before exiting through, this is the stylomastoid foramen. Before exiting through stylomastoid foramen, one innervation is given to this muscle. This is a small muscle known as, I'm going to specify it by S, this is stapes. It supplies to the smallest muscle known as stapes. In the middle ear, stabilizes the stapes and reduces the vibration. I'm explaining it. And then we go